Lauden Golf Tech Talk. We're looking at the poster from 1996, and these are the four major Grand Slam winners on the senior tour: Nicklaus, Floyd, Weiskopf, Snead. If you watch the program, Weiskopf won it. Anyhow, we actually did professional work for 3 out of the 4. Let's go up and take a look at our patent issued on August 22nd. That's the flight stabilizer. There's a lot of YouTube videos up there, and it's straight lined. We just came up with the 11th utility where we've taken that straight line flight stabilizer, straightens out your shots 20%, 10 to 15 yards further, and we put a chicane curve in it. So now it's offset. So you can now put that into any conventional driver, and instead of having the shaft come in behind the leading edge, you can put the shaft in line with the leading edge or actually in front of it, called an offset. And that will straighten out your shots another 30%. Now, a little tech talk. We're looking at a retro ping. Let's take a close look at this. This is a 5KS Zing. And back then, Carsten Solheim used to jam a ball bearing down in there. So if you ever break one off the top of the hosel, do not try to drill it out. So one of the shops here in North Florida tried to do that, and basically you're going to weld the inside of that shaft to the inside of the hosel, and you're never going through the ball bearing. You have to actually reverse drill it, which is going to cost you another 2 drill bits in about 2 hours of time. If this ever happens, use our PCS patented way of getting this out. Heat it up to 200 degrees, drop it into ice water twice, and due to the contraction expansion rates of the different alloys, it will pop right out. But in this case, we got a problem. So this was given to me by Phil, good customer from Fernandina Beach. It's his dad's club. He's passed away. It's a keepsake, and he wants me to repair it. So I'm thinking, what can I do? Necessity is the mother of invention. Okay, so what I thought about is inverting the shaft. So instead of using the thin portion of the shaft, the tip of the shaft, we have way too much wobble. You're never going to have it tapered in there. I've actually tried to do that. Take the opposite end of the shaft. Mother of invention. Taper it, cut it off so it fits the hosel perfectly and slides on tight as a drum. Now, if you're a collector of golf clubs, this is going to remind you of the 1989 Fat Shaft from Wilson. They made a shaft that had 0 radial torque in it. Of course, you need a little radial torque for feel. That's why it didn't go over that well. But anyhow, now the thin part of the shaft's up near the grip. So that's where the flex point's going to be. So now we're going to have a higher flex point closer to the hand's going to give you a better feel. Also, because we're using that portion of the shaft, it's going to be more flexible. And of course, if you watch the other videos, we're huge promoters of getting an auto release shaft in your sand wedge and putter. That's a shaft that cycles on an oscillator in the low 200s, about 220. That's when you're putting at 7 miles an hour and hitting a sand wedge at 45 miles an hour. It's a weak enough shaft that will actually load energy and release it, giving you rhythm, timing, and feel in your swing and putting stroke. So that's what we've got here. We've got an auto release shaft, mother of invention. So on the oscillator, you want those flexes on your sand wedge and putter, called an auto release shaft, down in the 200 zone. Don't buy putters and sand wedges without checking your frequency and purity. Now all we've got to do is build up the tip section of the shaft, the thin portion, to a 570 cork, and it will fit any type of grip. So now we've got a putter that's never been done in the history of golf. Inverted the shaft, not conventionally, but the opposite. Come see Lauden Golf, where feel, rhythm, stored energy, and timing are the important factors in improving your golf swing.